en anglais, c'est toujours en français qui est.
Justement, on n'arrive pas à trouver à chaque fois que.
Et en plus, c'est des jeunes, donc je trouve que c'est intéressant ça.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome on Tunis International Radio. You are listening right now to the daily edition of English language program presented by Huda bin Sheikh on air in Studio 1 with my colleague Nawel Sadi for the technical engineering. Hope you're having a great time. Today is so sunny, it's springtime, it's so wonderful after those days of rain. So our hearts are really warm and we are really happy to have the sun shining. I'm really happy too to have my guest today, Mrs. Lorena Lando, Chief Mission of the IOM, International Organization of Migration. And finally, God, I have an artist here. She is the producer of Le Radeau in French and the Raft in English. Great success, great Tunisian, let's say international work, because there are actually actors, foreign actors there. Cyrine Guannoun is here. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thanks to Lorena Lando for being here, because actually you are getting ready for a big campaign, an awareness campaign still about migration, and you are very busy in the IOM preparing that for the last couple of years and still on. And what a good idea to start this campaign with an artistic view of how migration is actually, and how we are suffering in Tunisia because of this. I know you don't like the word illegal migration.
No, particularly about, irregular migration is more accurate.
Yeah, this about irregular migration, and actually this play, this theater, this idea, this artistic work is dealing about it and in a wonderful way. So we are coming to, actually we are going to start with Cyrine Guannoun, but let's start with you, Mrs. Lorena Lando, concerning the campaign. So now you're getting ready for the campaign and you chose to take this work to sponsor and to work with Cyrine on the first phase of the campaign. Is there an objective behind choosing art?
No, well, I think it's cultures and arts is not something that IOM is new to. We use it a lot. I would say that we are using it more now, and I think when we look at the context, and I think each country has different realities. Now we are great to have, and we are very pleased to have this opportunity to work with Cyrine and her team. We also work, for instance, another recent, since the spring, which is RTCI, donc a group in Sfax, is actually working, again, artists from Tunisia and abroad, on a piece that is more to do with social cohesion, social inclusion. So who are the others chez nous, at home with us? And I think this is what is important. Arts, painting, music, we are always looking for what's elsewhere. And I think what we want to do is in the same way. There's not only way to talk, we definitely talk technically, we definitely have policies, supporting governments with policies, civil society with activities, technical cooperation, research, but it's also good to talk, to have arts to talk on for us. And often, very often, art is inspired by reality, is inspired by real life stories, and this is just a way to look at it, a little bit detached, still representing very, very solid and realities, issues, and we discuss around the table during dinner, but we would like to discuss this with a bit bigger group together in a theater in this case.
Yeah, in theater, and how it happened to talk about this issue. What made you think about it as the best way to portray this big social and international issue in the same time? Why a play about illegal immigration?
A play, first of all, because we are theater and it's the only way we know how to communicate and how to speak. And first of all, the idea came from Cyrine Guannoun. It's not, unfortunately, mine. Unfortunately, we lost Cyrine Guannoun 3 years ago when he was asked to prepare a performing for the opening of the Carthage International Festival of Theatre. And he decided to choose the theme, talking about illegal migration, because unfortunately it's our common drama, if you want, problem that we share with African and Arabic other countries. So as you know, he made a school called Arab Center, when he made training during 17 years with international actors from different countries, from African and Arabic theater artists, young artists. So he chose this this theme because, you know, after the war in Syria, it came something very, very huge, but it's not new, unfortunately, in Tunisia, because we're suffering from this during more than, I don't know, but more than, I think, 30 years. I think we have this problem in Tunisia going from Tunisia to Italy and from different countries. So when he chose to talk about this, he started to select the artist from the school, and Majdi and I was supposed to be actor, so in this play. And when he passed away, so the 29th of March 2015, the festival said, we know that Theatre Hamra is a school, Guannoun is a school, and we trust you, and we are more than sure if you made this play, it will be the opening of the next year. So we take the challenge, and we made it, of course, for his memory. But to be honest, it's not school, but I would never choose this theme to make my first play, because as director, not as producer, but as director, it's my first time when I'm directing.
It's very challenging.
So very challenging, and exactly as what said Lorena, we have statistics, we see in the media, everybody talk about this, it's horrible. And when we see images from people dying, young people, babies on the sea, I think that we cannot make something more stronger than what we see.
We cannot be silent.
So Majdi and I, my partner, when we are preparing this show, and with Suad Ben Slimane too, she was a dramaturge too with us. So we decided to not talking about the statistic and about things that everybody know, but talking about who they are, who can leave everything, his home, his own things, and leave his country, his everything, to go to death, because we know going in the sea with this condition, it's going directly to the mouth of the death. Before talking about, a lot of people don't know what is expecting them in the other side. They dream about things that doesn't exist. And when we are preparing, we met people who already went to Italy and came back from Tunisia, and all the stories of the raft is real stories. So when we meet these people, I told him, where you want to go? You are dreaming about where? And he told me, I'm dreaming, for example, about Paris. I want to go see the Eiffel Tower. What? Are you serious? Okay, you can go if you work, and if you have a job, you can go there. But no, he said, it's my dream. So several times I met people, they don't know where they will go. They imagine it's the heaven. Yes. But the only thing what they are sure, they don't want to stay here anymore. And this is the worst thing that you can feel. Yeah. And it's horrible when you see people saying very young, I don't want to stay here anymore, and they don't care about what can happen to me. It's certainly better. So we said this play, I think it's very important to show how things happen really, and to show to all those people that we are caring about you. Like artists, we don't have a lot of possibility to make things change, but by talking about them, presenting their stories, their life, it's not only people who don't have job. Sometimes you can leave because you have, for example, a lot of other kind of problems, and you can see that in our show. The situation is very different and very difficult from country to another. So we tried to show people from Africa and represented all the African countries where they are living. And at the same time, we have the problem in Syria and in Lebanon, and we know that situation. So we are trying to make really an image about what we share and what we have in our different country, and why we want to leave our countries. And to be honest, and I want to say that now in front of Lorena, I'm very, very happy, because we get, you know, with this Performance 10 award and different international festival in the theater festival, and people coming in general, they will see play, but they discover human play talking about them. But when our voice in this performance is heard about the EOM, it's, I think, more than achieving a goal and an aim, that they hear us, they felt our work, and they decide to make this campaign together, and I think it's more than 11 words for us.
Yeah. So this is a big thank you for all those who have been there just to support you and help you, but also big thank you for you, because you are taking this work outside the capital border, because people now are waiting for this work to be seen and to be debated elsewhere. And here Cyrine Guannoun is informing that there is a whole tour in collaboration, of course, with the IOM, and you are going to perform in various places. So what's in the program in the upcoming days?
So this Sunday, we will be in the Rio Theatre, so it's the only play in Tunis in the capital.
So don't miss it.
Don't miss it. And the most important thing that with the team of EUM we have debate then. Just after the performance we have debate, and they are here, so it's the best occasion to talk to them, to ask questions, and to really feel that not only the artists listen to them, but we are together and we want to listen to you and speak.
This is really wonderful, because you are having the experts, they're having the statistics, they have the number, they can answer you on whatever question they are interested in, these youth, because they are the really targeted people.
So it's 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock p.m., so don't lose it. It's at Rio Theatre, 5 o'clock p.m. and 28th of October, so this Sunday. And then we go directly to Medellin. So we will play the 1st of November in Medellin at 5 o'clock too. So it will be in the Complex Theatre in Medellin, and there is a debate too, of course, and it's open for public. So there is no ticket to sell; it's open.
For free, guys.
Yeah.
You don't
and then we will move directly to Sfax. So the 3rd of November at 6 o'clock at this time. It will be 6 o'clock p.m. So it will be in Jamousi Theatre in Sfax. And the same condition with debate and all this. And to end this very, very important tour for us, it will be in Siliena. And we didn't play the Raft in Siliena, so it's the first time. And it will be in the theater complex, but it will be at 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock p.m., very early in the morning. In the afternoon, okay, early in the afternoon. And so it will be in the theater, complex theater of Siliena, with the debate and with all this. And want to thank all people in the region who help for collaboration with us and with EUM to bring people, and really everybody was open arms, because everybody is really concerned by this. And
I suppose every family is concerned by this, because otherwise either they have someone who irregularly immigrated, or one of their youth is really thinking seriously about it, and that's why it's really important for everyone to have a look at it. Look at this work, I mean, on a cultural, artistic way, because I suppose you are not going to resist those emotions, those fears, that despair that you can see in the eyes of those immigrants. All the artistic work is going to be seen there, so don't miss the opportunity to attend one of these shows that are going to be performed in various regions, as here Cyrine said. And I suppose you are going to find all the dates on the Facebook page of the IOM.
And then of course also
Hamra. And the debate is really important, because everything goes through dialogue, through discussion, opinion, and seeing the other view of the other. Back to Mrs. Lorena, so it seems this first phase is quite an interesting and important one. This artistic approach is a very intelligent idea, but the fight is still on. With all stakeholders, politicians, even in the context of education. So what comes next after this tour?
And just to make one more point, actually, even in terms of how do we collaborate beside the IOM and of course the Cyrine team and the theater, we have the Minister of Cultures and the Minister of Higher Educations, and then of course that's a way to all work together. I mean, I think this is to make it possible. In terms of cultures, there's other elements, but you know there is also the GCC, donc the film festival, and that's also this first year where we also partner with the JCC. And you know they are also encouraging movies, and you know the support. So one of the prizes will be actually the support of IOM for a movie that treats migration. And when we talk about migration, of course, the theater piece is one part of the story of migration. What these other stories of migration, as I mentioned, could be also the issues of social cohesion, of learning more who the others are, and the value of migrants as such as well, which is something that is often forgotten.
Yeah.
So that's where we're gonna look. I mean, I don't know what kind of movies will be there this year, so that would be another way to actually still discuss. And of course, you know, down the line still, in terms of cultures, we also will have our 3rd edition of the Global Film Festival of IOM on migration, and that will be from the 28th of November to the 18th of December, the International Day of Migration, and that will be another opportunity to go and look for a movie for free. And let's see, we are finalizing the list of movies, so we hope that we will have you know, a lot of people, the audience of course, of the RTCI that is going to also join us.
Yeah, you have to join and not to miss also this opportunity in the GCC, because they are actually in the IOM supporting artists, young Tunisian artists who are talking about migration. It's not in the field of theater only, but those who are young producers, probably you are going to have the opportunity to be supported by the IOM. So work hard on the theme, guys, because it's really motivating. It seems that there is quite an interesting event in Sfax.
Yes, well, we in fact, yeah, so even today in Tunis, with the Institute of Journalist Studies, we celebrated the International Day of United Nations, which is on the 24th of October every year, and it's the celebration of the 70 years of Human Rights Chart. And then for Sfax, we're actually going to be in Sfax with our colleague from Human Rights and the High Commissioner for Refugees and IOM, to actually have an afternoon of discussion and seeing the collaboration and the partnership, let's talk really partnership, civil society and United Nations on the issues related to human rights. And that will be in Sfax on Saturday afternoon, followed by
a busy period
followed by a piece of theater, precisely La Salle d'attente, the waiting room. That's also very interesting with Artaki. So as we said, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, no, 6 o'clock rather, 6 o'clock. And it's at the Centre des Arts Dramatiques at Sfax. You also can find it on the IOM Facebook and Artaki Facebook for sure. So this is another thing. And then when the campaign will continue, the work that we are doing in this area, we will look at youth becoming the filmmaker and the theater maker. So that's why the work will continue. We have a year and a half to work together, so the idea is that we have a lot of other ways to engage with youth, and we're going to look forward to cooperate and see the great opportunity in messages and working together on these issues and talk. I think dialogue is the first step to in the right directions. Yes. We are there to look at way to do it. Migration is great. We are there to promote mobility. It's always existed. It's nothing new. The way is to make it in a safe way, so that is again for a win-win situation for all. So that's what we're looking at. So that's important for us, the dialogue, the reflections.
Dialogue and reflection, and it seems that Cyrine Guannoun is having a wonderful proposal to turn.
No, very small information. I think it's important for this Sunday. The show is subtitled in French. So you know, in our theater in general, it's body language. It's very important. You can understand everything, but it's important that we have the support of the subtitle. Each actor speaks his own language, so you have different dialect and you have different language on the raft. But at the same time, we have French subtitle, and maybe we can have all 2 English subtitles because it's already ready, because we make in Anglophone countries. But we will choose, I think, together. But it can be French for sure, but maybe French and English if we have Anglophone audience. So
that's for the
it's important for people.
I mean, for those who are living here, diplomats we have a lot, and they are really interested in Tunisia.
It can be young people who like to explore the English and language.
Promoting that through English, and that's so great. We have so many students also are really interested into that. So wonderful idea. But probably we can see Shkaf also in one of these days turning into film.
Oh yeah, they really cinema producer asked me that, and they was really very serious. And they told me, just when you finish the raft tour, I like theater, just come to see us and we have to discuss. So it's really very huge for me, and I never think about it when I start really the show, but I think it has a very big impact, so I think we're gonna think about it seriously.
Yeah, think about it. This is really nice. We have lots of issues that have to be dealt with professionals, with data, with information conferences, awareness campaigns, but culture is playing a very important part too. And our youth like culture, so probably thanks to this way, thanks to this means, we can send a wonderful message, make them understand that migration is a wonderful experience, but it should be regular, and as Mrs. Lorena said, it should be safe. And I mean, here what we have, I mean, most treasurable and valuable in our life are our kids and our youth, on whom we are, I mean, relying to build our future. So thank you so much for being here, Cyrine Guannoun. Wish you good luck for the tour, and you also Mrs. Lorena Lando. Thanks for the support for all these artists, Tunisian artists, and for all the youth and the community in order to promote migration, but on the best way.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And now back to music. We reached the end of today's English program. I wish you all the best, and stay tuned to the Facebook page of IOM, and probably Cyrine Guannoun is going to tell you more. And don't miss these dates to attend the show, to attend these plays. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. يعطيكم الصحة.
J'espère qu'on va
Keep going on. تعطيني نمروك انت في كل خطوة تنقصها تجيني. Okay.
With pleasure.
Finally,
Everyone's gonna come to the Rio to see the piece.
Inshallah, yes.
Did you see it too or not?
No, I didn't have this chance, but I will do.
I think it's a big theater.